Hey guys, Master Thorn here. It's week 2, and I'm still talking about self-confidence. I want to kind of bring you through what we did last week. Last week, we kind of just talked about what it was. So, what is self-confidence? Your belief in yourself to accomplish something or be able to do something based on maybe past performances or just your overall belief. Go back and watch week 1. There's a couple long descriptions. I don't want this video to go over too long, so I'll say go back and check that one out. The task you're supposed to do is write down, get a list of things that you know you have self-confidence in, so you can start to kind of look at how you feel when you do those things. Hopefully you've done that and kind of maybe paid some attention to those over the last week. And then another task was to write down some areas that you do not have self-confidence in, analyze how you feel, look at how you react, and then think of how maybe we can start to set goals of accomplishing getting a higher self-confidence just overall, but in maybe those areas specifically. So this week I'm going to bring you a couple exercises, a couple things to really think about or that you can do to kind of build or boost your own self-confidence. I'm going to start out one, it's just body language. The way that you hold your body is one going to change how people react to you. So this is number one, I'm going to give you that right now. If you see someone who's kind of hunched over and they're looking down and they're sheepish and whatnot, you're going to look at them a little bit different. You're going to react and talk to them a little bit different. When you look at someone who's got their chest puffed out, their back straight, their posture's up, they're keeping their eye contact, you're going to react to them differently. And the way that people react and interact with you is going to change just your overall confidence level, just right then and there. If someone is looking down on you, kind of like a predator, because you're looking like prey, it's not going to make you feel very confident in yourself at that moment, right? Where when you are standing with a lot better, posture, chest out, shoulders back, and presenting yourself not in an arrogant or a manner that comes off like you want to get into an altercation, but just looking like just look like you have confidence, right? People are going to be more attracted to that. They're going to want to not necessarily take on a predator role when they walk up to you, right? They're going to maybe even become a little bit more submissive to you, and that's going to just build your confidence. So one of the things that we do in martial arts, we have this thing called chumbi stance. Put our arms out in front, puff our chest out, elbows are out, back is straight, posture is up, feet are apart, right? It's a very demanding, strong stance, right? It shows the instructor we're ready, that we're confident, and that we're going to take class. We're going to do stuff, right? We have other stances, our karate stances, our Muay Thai. All these stances are very strong poses, right? So you can look this up. There's lots of stuff on this. You can look up power poses. There's a couple. We don't want to talk about sitting ones because martial arts, we're standing, but you think about your chumbi stance, right? A lot of times a power pose will be hands on the hip and just kind of taking a posture of confidence and power. So that's just one thing you can work on. Just work on that body language. How are you presenting yourself to others, and then how you can make that reaction? And when we're in class, we tend to try to hold still in the chumbi stance as a level of discipline and respect. But what we're doing is we're starting to feel our own self. You look in the mirror, you see yourself like, wow, I'm a strong looking individual, right? I'm confident, I'm focused, I'm all these things. It builds that confidence. So I would say each day, if you're not going to make it to class, even just practice your martial arts skill, get in that chumbi stance, get in that karate stance, get in that strong stance, shoulders back, chest out, posture up, and just look like a confident person for about 2-3 minutes. If you have a mirror, look at a mirror, see yourself doing it, just see how strong you can look. That's going to just change. You have some time, go research this, but they'll show you that studies have shown these power postures, if you start to do their power positions, power poses, whatever they call them, I think the testosterone rates is like 20% in your body, just by holding these poses and feeling better and opening everything up. So that's something I really want you to think about. Another thing, smile. Just smile. I know that life's not always the best and you're not always happy, but honestly, the psychological side of it, just the internal feeling, the external, again, like I say, with the body position, external you give to people, if you smile, you get back a different reaction. Getting back positive reactions from people will build your confidence. You will feel better. You will feel like people like you, right? When you walk around looking grumpy, no one wants to talk to you. When no one wants to talk to you, be your friend, it's hard to have self-confidence. So even when you're not having the best day, try smiling, right? And just try to hold a smile once in a while. Just smile. Just do it. Just hold a smile. Just smile. It's going to start to change things inside. It's going to change mentally, right? Confidence is going to come up a little bit. Now, it's not going to help you get enough confidence to jump out and give a big speech in front of people right now, but these are little exercises where you can start to see, hey, look, I am a confident person. I can do things. Another one of the things that they've kind of found is good for self-confidence boosting is like having a social support. Now, I think this is something we could get really into a bigger conversation, but think of like social media. A lot of these people that get on their Instagrams, their Facebook, their Twitters, or whatever platforms they use, because they want to post something and they want people to like it, right? And how does it feel if you're one of those people when someone likes your video or likes your picture of whatever, and when people like it, you kind of go, oh man, right? So the social side. Now, I'm not saying go get the social media apps because I hardly use mine. Like if you found in my personal ones, I usually just post pictures of food because I don't really want to share what I have going on outside of martial arts with people and my own life. But what happens is you need to find someone who can be that social person that will help you feel confident, someone that will give you that like in life, right? And hopefully you have that support system at home. If not, come down to the school, right? All the teachers here are trained from day one to be, good finders. It's a term we use when we do instructor training. A good finder is someone who's not looking at telling you what you're doing wrong. They're looking at telling you something you're doing right. Like I walk by and say, hey, good block, good chamber, and then there's other teaching skills we're not going to get into, but that are built around building your confidence. We actually train the instructors on the psychological side of how to teach you to build your confidence instead of always breaking it down. Now, for the ones who keep hearing pivot, block your face, that's because you need to pivot, you need to block your face. But get down to the school, right? I'm pretty sure that all the staff down teaching at the martial arts school is going to be someone building you instead of breaking you, right? So have someone, a social partner, who can build you up. It could be a sister, brother, friend, and have someone and just talk to him. Say, hey, we need to do this. We need to get something. I need you to tell me something good about me today, every single day. Or you do this for other people. Tell them something positive each day. At some point, do something good for someone else. Another thing that we have found is music. So before I used to fight in tournaments, I always had headphones on, earbuds or headphones or whatever. Remember those big ones, and they got smaller and bigger, and then they became just ears. But in any case, I always listen to music, and I guess the studies show that higher bass levels, bigger bass levels, kind of just get you going. So if some of those rock songs, but they just pump you up, get you moving. I actually used to listen to very mellow music. I actually listened to the song I liked was Michael Jackson, "Hold My Hand." I would listen to that before fighting in big tournaments, and it's actually not really like a fight song. It's not even like, it's just my mental image was my body posture. I saw myself out there moving, faking, fighting, doing it so well that my fighting performance would look like how Michael Jackson danced. I was very much admiring his ability to get out there and dance. He's so smooth. You look at him and you think, man, no one in the world does that better. And that's the image I had of myself. And that's kind of one of those other things that we're getting into. It's your self-image. You have to see yourself doing these things. You have to mentally first have the image and be able to first visualize yourself doing it. Even if you can't throw that perfect round kick, you can't do that perfect thing, you need to first visualize and see yourself. If you can't believe it can happen, it's not going to happen. So that goes back to my Michael Jackson song. I wanted to visualize myself as I listened to the song out there performing as well as Michael Jackson dance perform. And that's why I listen to that kind of music. I didn't listen to hard rock, beat 'em up kind of stuff. I was actually just kind of jamming out to really soft music. But it was because of who I was listening to that gave me that image. Now, the last part I'm going to talk about is kind of having like an alter ego or like a hero image of yourself. So when you're in a martial arts uniform and you're standing your power poses, right? Your arms up, you're doing your techniques, you're looking in the mirror, you're looking cool, right? That's another version of you. And it might not be the version that you are at school. It might not be the version when you walk out the door at first, but eventually we want you to become that person. I don't want you to fight, right? I don't need you to beat people up in the streets, but I need you to see yourself out in front of other people, power poses, strong positions, having fun, being happy and doing well, right? When you start to imagine yourself doing this, right? Give yourself a nickname, a martial arts nickname, maybe Mr. Flippy Kicker, right? Or whatever you want to be. And then be that person, right? And again, we have teaching skills down at the school that we do to build these kind of actions up. And we'll get into those different points when you want to get into instructor training. But essentially, these are hopefully some things that will help you build the self-confidence over the next week or so. Something to think about. Obviously, a lot of things I said are things we're automatically already built into class that we know help, and we do them intentionally. So hopefully we get down to class, let's work on building confidence. It will come over time, and then start to even just focus on which areas we want to build, because then we can start to then even think of more specific ways to build that specific spot. So again, Master Thorn with Edge Martial Arts, and I'll see you next week.